Golden State hasn't played in a few days, 8 days. Just how do you prep for not maybe necessarily seeing some of their most recent film?
Yeah, I don't think it changes, a whole lot of your preparation. In this case, we know who they are. And, they're good. A lot of the matchups and things people are more familiar with. That's not to discount your preparation. But.
Coming off the game the other night, second half, better job with scoring. How important is it to get off to a good start on both ends of the floor and not get caught up in the emotions of the game tonight?
Well, I think, first of all, I think it's hard not to get caught up in the emotion. And obviously different for the Warriors and their organization than for us, but I don't think that's a bad thing. The celebration, the morning, all of those things that are wrapped together. So in my mind, the game is just conceptually severed from that, and at least in the way that I think we need to approach it. So you want to start well. The other night we actually started okay, but we shot 24%, I think, in the first half. So you'd like for the ball to go in, but actually I was in some respects pleased that we didn't falter in other aspects of the game and gave ourselves a chance to respond.
Hi, Quin, Jane McCauley, Jamaica. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
You've been around Steve Kerr enough to know the leader he is, the example he is for this franchise. How much do you just admire how he has to take on, a difficult situation, but if anyone can handle it, it seems like he's somebody who can keep shining.
Yeah, this profession and this job is a lot of things, and there are times that are more significant than others where leadership is at a premium, and there's no one, in my mind, in our profession, that is more capable and a better leader than Steve. And as you said, I've known him since we were in our early 20s, which is even a long time ago. And we've been friends, and just have tremendous respect, certainly for the job that he's done, as a coach on the floor, but also as much as what he's done as a leader, both of men and an organization, and in this case, it's something that's that's beyond description.
When, on that note, as in the leadership part of this, you've got two in this Hawks family that are going to be out there tonight during the ceremony. How's Igor and Bogey? How have they handled this? How are they doing today?
I've had a chance to speak with Igor, in the immediate, and you can feel the emotion and the pain, and both have been very stoic, but it's not difficult at all to recognize the depth of emotion and how they're mourning, and in some ways, to be here tonight and for those guys to be able to participate, both Bogey and Igor, in this evening, in the celebration of his life, I think is a good thing for us and for them, knowing how close they were. So, as I said, that there's no question that they're feeling this in their own way, in a personal way, obviously, different from the Warriors team and all of their players and coaches and organization. But being Serbian, there's a unique connection that those guys have in this instance.
And just to shift gears for a second, if you don't mind a comment on Coach Vanderveer's recent accomplishment.
Yeah, I don't know her as well as I know Coach K, but even, and not to make it about that, but to the extent that I'm aware of the sacrifice and the endurance and the passion that it requires to reach such a milestone. Just have tremendous admiration for her and what she's accomplished, and that you say that and you don't even get to her excellence as a coach, as a basketball coach, then tactically and X's and O's and leadership and all the things that she's given to the game, but she stands above in all those other aspects as well, and congratulations.
Coach Snyder, Zena Keita with NBC Sports Bay Area. Nice to meet you.
Zena.
I see you wearing the Bronte shirt, and of course, Steve Kerr has talked about how the NBA has been incredibly supportive throughout this. I wanted to ask what it means for you to wear that shirt, and then also, does this impact your coaching approach and how you look at your team and how you've worked with your coaches and your players in the recent days?
I don't know that it's about basketball in the sense that in the immediate, as far as our preparation and our team. I think there's a sense, and hence that word, brother. I mean, this business is unique. Playing, coaching, and the fact that it transcends borders, it transcends cultures, and there's shared experiences there, that we all feel. And certainly the NBA, their reaction shows that awareness, our understanding of what's happening tonight, and the role that whatever small that we can play to facilitate a lot of the healing and the celebration and everything that happens tonight, is significant and important. And there is that sense on a lot of levels when something like this, it reminds you of all those things and that connectivity.
I'm so sorry to shift gears to basketball, but Trey being named to the 41 player pool, just how have you seen him grow this season, and what can he add to Team USA?
Well, I'm happy for him. Personally, I'm proud of him, and the way that I think he's continued to grow as a player. I think he's had, you've seen that progress from him throughout the season. That's been something that's important to him. Whether be leading our team in charges, the incredible string of games that he put up with 30 and 10. I think if you asked him, that he might be more proud of the charges than the other, which says a lot about where his mindset is right now, and it's deserved. I think he's a young player. You forget how young he is because he's had so much success at an early point in his career. He doesn't need any validation, but that said, to be recognized in that way is an accomplishment in and of itself, and I'm happy for him and proud of him and his role with us.